See that right there? What is that? Is that Turley gang? My gosh. They have a complete Killer Aliens Hive set with ooze container.
Let's take a trip to Acme Superstore. Located in Longwood, Florida, Acme has been a haven for nerds since 1980. This massive store has everything from comics to vintage toys to retro games. But in my case, I am here for toys. Monster toys in particular, but I find so much more. Make sure you stay tuned in to see everything that I got. But before we get started, please help me out. Click that subscribe button as well as the bell to get notified when I drop new content. Now, let's go toy hunting.
Got some vintage ROBO FORCE. I definitely like these more than what Nacelle did, but they're still definitely really cool. Let's see what else we got up here. Some Doctor Who toys. Not seeing anything just yet that I'm looking for. I love the vintage metal robots. They have the Gremlins car, but I do not see the gizmo that goes with it. Oh, some ET stuff. That's a weird little ET. An autographed Friday the 13th NES game. That's awesome. So here's some Universal Monsters. There's one of the new Migos. That Frank in the back is definitely cool. But what is that collector's guide? Might ask to see whatever that is. Ooh, a little wind-up vampire? I'm a sucker for anything to wind-ups. That Visible Woman is really neat. I saw that at a antique store recently. I didn't pick it up. Bunch of Stranger Things. Puppet Master. They have a Neighborhood Nasty. And they have Alan on card from the Kenner Beetlejuice line. There we go. Here's some Aliens vs. Predator. They always have some loose figs. I always thought this was a very underrated line. I'm looking more for the Xenomorph stuff right now than I am the Predator. But is that the spider? I don't know. Let me know what that is in the comments. Oh, the lava one is amazing. The mini epics are actually pretty good. I have some of the Ghostbuster mini epics. I do enjoy those. Dune figures. Glow-in-the-dark creature. But what is this? Chamber of Horrors Guillotine? What is this? Well, it's not technically old, but it's from 2000, so it's 25 years old. I don't know who saw this, but I loved Penny Dreadful. I didn't know that they made figures, especially those that look like Migos. I don't do much in the modern horror stuff, but this Creep Show, that's actually pretty awesome. Here we go. So there is I think that's the Queen face hugger. There's the Queen. Man, I love these toys. They're so interesting. There's Mantis, I have that. There's Rhino. Need a Rhino. Oh my gosh. They have a complete Killer Aliens Hive set with ooze container. Look at that for $115. No way. Okay. If it's here when you come back, then it's meant to be, right? I do not want to drop $115 on that right now, but good Lord. Look at that. Look how awesome that is. And it's got the container ooze. I know the ooze is probably dried up, but just the container alone. I'm still pretty obsessed with this little vampire. He's goofy, but I don't know. Something about him. But as I was looking, I don't know what these are in the bags.
Now, the most popular Universal Monster toys from a fast food chain has to be the Burger King Kids Club toys from 1997. What makes these so unique is that they are more than your average Kids Club toy. They're high quality, and they're very similar to the 1981 Remco monsters. But it didn't stop there. In 1999, Universal released a set of monster figures with a kids meal at Jack in the Box. Now, these are more what you'd expect to come with a kids meal at a fast food chain, but they still have their fun little gimmicks. Take the Phantom of the Opera here, for example. He is a harmonica. And no, I will not blow it.
Sicko!
And the mummy pops out when you slide open his sarcophagus. Even though these toys came out the same year as the Mummy movie, they weren't created to help support it. But if you like monster toys like me, these are a fun little addition.
When I first saw this giant ET, I actually was too far away. I thought it said $12.99. I was like, okay, I'm buying that, but no, that's $13. It's a huge blow mold ET. Slimer is awesome. Look at the Gremlins too. Have some SLUG Zombies. These are very similar to the Monster in My Pocket toys. I have that one. I don't have him. What is that? Oh my gosh, it's in a bunch of body parts. So right there, I picked out these three. It's like a zombie Sherlock Holmes, a zombie like rockabilly dude, and then just body parts coming out of crates. Just weird, awesome, gross out toys. So check out SLUG Zombies if you're a fan of Monster in My Pocket. If you are looking for a winged warrior Leonardo, he's missing all of his accessories, his wings, and even one of his knee pads. But if you want one in your collection, there's one at Acme Superstore. I don't see it. Oh, is that Turley Gang? Definitely need him at some point. Not bad on the price. He's pretty clean. He's got one accessory, but I really want to see that Skull Dungeon. That's like one of the Mighty Max sets I've been looking for, and I'm curious to see if it's complete. Not seeing any of the real Ghostbusters that I need right now. They have an Inhumanoid. He's missing his helmet, but he's right back there. I don't know what that spider looking thing is. Some Captain Planet toys. Oh, there's the crazy skateboarders. Someone just came and dropped off a bunch of gross out toys.
Skateboard Smackups. Holy cow, do you remember these? I had some of these when I was a kid and haven't thought about them in years, and when I saw them in the case, I was immediately hit with a wave of nostalgia. These chaotic little plastic figures on skateboards were released in 1986 by a company called Playtime Products. Now, Skateboard Smackups were not your average kid's toy. I'm pretty sure that they caused a little bit of controversy with some parents. But each figure came with a gruesome little gimmick, like a character mid-wipeout getting absolutely demolished by some obstacle. When I saw these in the glass case, my first reaction was to buy all of them. But I was still shopping, and I had my eyes set on a few other items. So for now, I'll settle for two. Ronnie Roadkill and Wally Wallbanger.
The Motu case looks really good. They definitely cleaned it up. It was a little overflowing last time it was here. Some of the 200X. Do not sleep on the 200X line. It's actually really, really good. Sculpts are all by Horseman Studios, which does Motu Classics and Mythic Legions. Oh my god, look what that is. I hate being short. He's $3.15. Look at that art. Can't see. That's crazy. Holds up to 12 Masters of the Universe, Warlords, and other fantasy type figures. That's pretty cool. What is that? See that right there? What is that? Walking down this aisle, and it just came across Fox's Peter Pan and the Pirates. Who remembers this cartoon in the 90s? And they have a Peter.
Fox's Peter Pan and the Pirates is one of my all-time favorite cartoons. I would come home every day from school, drop my backpack, grab a snack, and flip on the TV to see Peter and the Lost Boys do battle with Captain Hook.
Nerd alert!
The show ran for 65 episodes and featured the voice talents of Jason Marsden as Peter and the legendary Tim Curry as Captain Hook. And of course, like any good 90s cartoon, there was merch. Action figures, collectibles, you name it. The toy line isn't very big, and I already have the Nintendo game, but this was something that I didn't know I needed until I saw it. The question now is, do I open it?
Brand new Mikey. He's a loose one. He's missing his bandana back, but he's got his nunchucks. Oh, here's the discount area. Haven't looked at this yet. Dude, seriously? Is this for sale? So if these are $400 and $500, then I'm assuming that Ninja Turtle one is probably about the same price. Which isn't bad, but still. I don't know if I want to drop $400, but it does have the stool. Look at those old Superman toys. It's like a blow mold. I don't know if it's a squirt gun back there or shoots bubbles. Looks like a little Nutty Mads Marks figure right there. Look at all these old cars. Howdy Doody. I'm not sure. I know these are not food fighters. They look like it. I don't know if it's Grocery Gang or something else.
I'm sure there's a lot more to see, but it's about time to wrap this up and check out.
I have the weirdest taste.
Let's take a look at everything that I picked up. My first pickup is this little wind-up Dracula. I've been really into monster wind-up toys lately. I think it's just the novelty of it. When I looked online, I couldn't find any details on this vampire, but just look how cute they look together. Next, I picked up 3 of the 2012 SLUG Zombies to add to my ongoing mini monster collection. I got Inspector Bones, Gruesome Gabe, and Dismembered Dennis. Again, if you're a fan of Monster in My Pocket, definitely check these out. Of course, the 2 Universal Monsters from Jack in the Box. I believe the Phantom is from Series 1 and the Mummy is Series 2. On a whim, I also picked up this collector's guide to monster and fantasy magazines. It essentially shows the covers and prices for magazines like Famous Monsters of Filmland, Starlog, Fangoria, and more dating back to 1977. I gotta interrupt myself. This collector guide to monster magazines, when I saw it, tell me this doesn't remind you of the Scholastic Book Fair at school. I'm waiting. You can just leave a comment. That's fine. Here's a better look at Ronnie Roadkill and Wally Wallbanger in all their gross out glory. Now here's Peter from Fox's Peter Pan and the Pirates, and I've decided I am going to open him.
Whatever, I do what I want.
My last pickup is the 2 Grocery Gang figures. I know that they're a little bit more modern, but they reminded me so much of Food Fighters that I couldn't leave them behind. I picked up Putrid Pizza and Fungus Fries. Acme Superstore is massive. There's a lot to take in, which can be overwhelming. But part of the fun is hunting and discovering things that you've forgotten about, right? I went in with a mission. I went in for monster toys. I got monster toys. But I also got so much more. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Till next time, be good.